When I first started trading, I didn't really know what I was doing. I would say I was like most traders. I actually got a friend who tipped me off about a stock, got me excited about it, told me that it was going to go up, that I was going to make life-changing money with it. And I got excited. I jumped in. I threw a lot of money at that stock. And to be honest with you, I didn't know why I bought. I was just following the hype. I was excited about what other people were excited about. I saw an opportunity to make some money. And I said, let's go. This sounds like a great opportunity. Let's do this. And the first few days, I remember waking up and looking at my brokerage account, and I had made a ton of money. And I was like, yes, this is so amazing. I can't believe it. My friend was right. I'm going to be rich. And I had, invested in my retirement. I had done some like fundamental analysis and, invested in value stocks and things like that. But I had never really traded before. And so I'm looking at this money go up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am about to make a lot of money because stocks only go up in the long run, right? I mean, that's what I've been told my whole life. If you just invest, stocks only go up. Just hold, hold, hold. And the next day I wake up and I'm up higher and I'm excited. And I'm like, man, this is insane. I can't believe how much money I'm going to make. The next day I wake up and I'm down like 20%. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. I saw the potential of this. This is just a pullback. Surely this is going to go back up. And I woke up the next day and it was down further and it was down further and it was down further. I was a victim of a very classic pump and dump scenario where people who knew what they were doing made a lot of money. And I ended up losing a lot of money and I held for far too long. And then I finally sold at a big loss. And a lot of people, this is their story, and that happens to them and then they quit. They're done. But for me, I saw the potential. I saw the money that had been in my account a few days earlier and I was hooked. I was determined to learn. I was going to do whatever it took. And so again, I still didn't know what I was doing. I was relying on call outs. I was looking at forums online. I was looking for like call outs on social media, alerts, things like that. And eventually, after a lot of trial and error and some big wins and some big losses, I actually found some traders that knew what they were doing and knew how to teach. And I learned a lot from them. And it took me a few years to get consistent, but eventually I kind of powered through those really hard years and started making really good money. And so I was determined to learn, and whereas a lot of people quit. And most people I have talked to that are traders, they have a very similar story to me. Whatever brought them into the market, they didn't know what they were doing. Their only strategy was hope. They didn't know where to take profits. They didn't know when to cut their losses. They didn't know why they were entering trades. And then what happens is a lot of people quit, which is why you read these rates of like, oh, so many people, I think 90% of traders or something end up losing money and quitting. And I get it. But the ones who go through the school of hard knocks, the ones who take the time to learn are the people that eventually end up pushing through those things and getting successful. And so what I want to do today, I just want to talk about the fact that the number one thing that you should know as a new trader, that you should be reminded of as an experienced or older trader, and that is this: you can't control the market. Repeat after me. You can't control the market. So many people think that they are owed results. Like, I buy a stock, it should go up. I am owed these results. And that's not the way the market works. And that's all we're going to talk about today because it's super important. And what that's going to do is it's actually going to pave the way over the next few weeks of where we're headed. Because even though we're talking primarily about like psychology today, trading psychology, trading philosophy, appropriate psychology and appropriate philosophy is going to work its way practically into your trading. And it's going to kind of help you develop a system and understand how to think. When I was trading, when I first started trading and I was losing money and I was chasing emotions and I was chasing wealth and everything else, I was trading on hope. I was buying money, or I was buying something on things that I was buying stocks that I didn't understand the fundamentals of. I didn't understand a system, and I was hoping to get results. And I had a mentor tell me a really long time ago, and it's something that I have tried to remind myself of over and over and over again, and that's this: that hope isn't a strategy. Hope is not a strategy. Hope doesn't make money in the market. Strategy makes money in the market. And so the way that you make money is, first off, by understanding how the market works. And so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how do markets move. And so I want to talk about, and I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see this. I want to talk about some just kind of key components of the market. And I want to talk about kind of some of the key players in the market. If you're trading, you are trading as a retail trader. That means that you probably aren't trading with billions of dollars like institutions are. You are a retail trader, which means you're trading for yourself or maybe a small group of people, but you're not trading a ton of money. And because of that, you don't have the capacity, as I said, to move the market. You cannot move the market. You cannot determine the direction of the market with your money. You're a retail trader. The other people that are at play that we need to know about are the market makers. Now, when we talk about market makers, or if you look online, you'll see a lot of talk about market makers. You'll see a lot of fear. You'll see a lot of people hyping up, market makers tricked me. Market makers took my money. We're going to talk about what a market maker actually is. And do market makers sometimes do dirty things? Absolutely. But most of the time, the reason people lose money is not because the market makers tricked them. It's because they didn't know what they were doing. And I am not a big fan of making excuses for why you're consistently not making money in the market. I'm a fan of figuring out how to get better. And so what market makers do are, when you look up here on the screen and you see this bid ask right here on your screen, whatever you're using, you'll see a B and an A. The market makers are the ones who are setting the bid and the ask. They are almost like the auctioneers, right? Who will take 370, 370? Who will take 370? Okay, I have 370, 367. Who will take that? Like, they're asking. And so you're dealing with a supply and demand situation, and the market makers are actually providing the liquidity that the market needs for you to be able to get in and out of stocks. And so they're the ones that are setting the price. And they do make money by pocketing the difference between the bid and the ask. And so, yes, they can make money by doing some shady things, giving you a bad price if you hit market orders and stuff like that. But market makers are the ones who are moving the price and providing liquidity into the market. The other player, and the biggest and most important player when it comes to learning how to trade, aside from knowing yourself, is the institutions. Institutional money is what ultimately moves the markets in big ways. Institutions are, these are hedge funds, these are banks, these are people that are trading billions of dollars at a time. Institutions are the ones that are going to actually move the markets in big ways. They're the ones that are going to cause the markets to go up and cause the markets to go down. Retail traders, typically with your $50, $100, $5,000, even $300,000, $500,000, chances are you're not moving the markets in a major way. Whereas institutions that are trading billions of dollars are the ones capable of moving the markets. And so this is really important for you to understand. You do not move the markets. Unless you're trading like a low float penny stock, which I do not recommend, you're not moving the markets. The institutions are the ones moving the markets. The market makers are the ones providing the volatility, or the volume, or not the volume, the liquidity, so that you can get in and out of your trades. All right. So keep all of that in mind. And so what you're actually paying attention to is you're paying attention to supply and demand, right? When you see trading happening, when you see money in the market, you're seeing supply and demand. You're seeing buyers and sellers. This is just like going to the store. If you have a bunch of demand and low supply, price goes up. If you have a bunch of supply and low demand, price goes down. And this is how the market moves as well. It's a game of supply and demand. It's a game of buying and selling. And because it's a game of supply and demand, and because you're dealing with a bunch of institutions and stuff like that, one of the things immediately that you'll notice when you look at charts is that your stocks do not go up and down in a straight line. They go, so for example, if you're looking at QQQ from May until we peaked out here in July, you see it up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Do you see that? Like the market does not trade in a straight line. It doesn't go straight up. It doesn't go straight down. It trades in waves of up and down. And so trends, in essentially, like when you're looking at trends, if the market is trending upwards, you're looking at for every up and down, the down ends up being a higher low than the previous one before. And then when you start putting in lower highs, then you have a downtrend. And this is the way that the market works. Nothing goes up and up and down in a straight line. And so what traders are doing, what your ultimate goal is you're looking for hat tipping in the market towards where the market is headed. The ones who actually can move the market are tipping their hats to the direction that they're going, whether that's through following a trend, whether that's through breakouts and momentum trading and all of that stuff. What you're doing is you're responding, you're reacting to the hat tips that the market is giving you. And so a goal as a trader ultimately is this, and you should remember this. Your goal is not to time the bottom and figure out where the absolute bottom is. Your goal is not to time the top. That is a losing game. To try to call the bottom and call the top is a losing game. I see so many people that lose so much money because the market's going down. They think it can't go down any further, and they start trying to just like buy, and they keep buying and they keep losing. I've seen, so it's 2023 right now. I've seen so many people bearish since December, and they're shorting the market, and they're just getting destroyed over and over again because the market just keeps defying what they think should happen because they're trying to time the top, they're trying to time the bottom. A retail trader has no business. You have no business trying to time the top and time the bottom. It doesn't work that way. You can't control the waves, or you can't control what's going to happen. You can't control the waves that are coming. Your goal as a trader is simply this. You're the surfer, all right? You are laying there on your board, taking your positions when you see the waves coming, and you're just trying to ride the waves. You're not going to catch the bottom of the wave. You're not going to catch the top of the wave. You're just trying to ride the waves that the institutions and the market makers are providing you. That is like psychologically where you need to be. I'm not hoping this plays out. I'm just riding the waves. I'm flowing with the flow of the market. I'm flowing with the charts. That's what I'm doing. I can't control the market. And so what ends up happening is so many traders get mad. Like, I get hate on Twitter from time to time. A lot of the people that are providing some of the best education out there, they're getting a lot of hate from time to time. And the hate that they're getting is because people get in and they have expectations that this is going to work out. And it's okay to have expectations. You should have expectations that things are going to work out. But what ends up happening is things don't work out the way that they think that it should go. They took the setup was there, it went against them, and then they lost money, and then they're mad. Why? Because they thought, because I got in, the market should go up. And the market doesn't have to do anything. The market doesn't have to go up. There is no should in the market. There's no should, all right? The market, you can't control the market. Your setup that you trade does not have to follow through. That is one of the most important things that you need to understand. You can't control the market. It doesn't have to work that way. The market doesn't have to do what you think it's going to do. You bought. That doesn't mean it's going to go up. You went short. That doesn't mean it's going to go down. You can't control how much you make. You ultimately don't get to control how much profit is available to you on a trade. The institutions are deciding that. You are riding the waves. And so you have to understand that. All right. You can't control the market. Your goal as a trader is to ride the waves. And when you understand that you can't control, it's going to impact how you do things. It's going to impact how quickly you take profit. It's going to impact how quickly you set your losses or take your losses. It's going to impact how you like approach things mentally in the market. And ultimately, it will make you a better trader if you just start with this basic assumption that you can't control the market. Now, there are things that you can control, all right? And creating a profitable system in the market is not about trying to control the things that you can't control. It's about controlling the things that you can control. A profitable system is going to be in the realm of control that you have. All right. So let's talk about for a second some of the things that you can control. You can control your emotions. The fear of getting in, you ultimately get to control that. The greed that causes you to not take profit and hope that it will, work out in your favor or that it will go to the moon or whatever, you get to control that. You control your emotions. You get to control the risk that you're willing to take. One of the things you hear me say on Twitter all the time is you don't get to control how much money you make, but you do get to control how much money you lose. And so you get to control your risk. And then the final one is the strategy that you take. You get to control your own personal strategy. Hey traders, if you've enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, then I've got something special for you. Imagine taking your trading skills to the next level with a comprehensive course designed to help you get consistently profitable on any time frame, regardless of your availability. By joining the Legacy Profits Club Pro community, you're going to gain access to an extensive course that covers everything that you need to know to succeed in trading. On top of that, you're going to get daily trade ideas, you're going to get personalized feedback on your own trading, and you get to be a part of a thriving community of like-minded traders who are some of the best traders on the planet. But that's not all. We also have live Q&A sessions and live trading sessions and regular workshops to help you continue to grow. And you can ask questions. You can see our strategies put into action on a regular basis. It is the perfect environment to grow and refine your own trading skills. So if you're ready to elevate your trading game, click the link in the description below to join the Legacy Profits Club Pro community. Let's achieve those trading goals together.